welcome and welcome back to my channel. So today, let me try not to laugh already. We're gonna be talking about a book. It's always a book was really popular on TikTok. What curiosity gets to me and I check out. So this book, Haunting Adeline, which is this dark romance book, or at least that's how it's marketed on TikTok. And it was really popular. It had to be one of the first booktok books I ever saw on there, like trending. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna check it out because I got Kindle Unlimited and I had time. So I was like, yeah, I'll check it out now. And I checked it out and I rated it 2 stars. Another 2 stars. Wait, before I start with my review and my thoughts on it, I'm gonna say, if y'all like this book, that's y'all. This is me. Don't send me death threats. But yeah, this book was weird. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This book was very weird. I had to take multiple breaks reading it. I had to rant to my friends reading it because it was just like, what am I reading? I always see people talking about the love interest in this book. His name is Zaid, and they'd be like, oh, he's just so like they'd be like, he's my book boyfriend. If I could make a fictional character real, I'd make him real. And I'm just like, after reading the book, I'm like, okay, literally, hold on, I'm gonna go to my Kindle and I'm gonna pull up one of his quotes and I'm just gonna leave it there. Technically, y'all, this is not a quote, but it says enough.
She doesn't know I'm hiding in her closet, waiting for her to fall asleep so I can stare at her beauty in peace.
When I read that, I literally had to make a highlight and say, is this Edward Cullen? Cause what? Not because what? Nah, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay. So let me explain the premise to y'all, because it's probably out of pocket if you've never heard of this book before. But this book is basically about a girl who falls in love with her stalker. That's the premise. And honestly, it's not like he had a reason to stalk her. It's not like he was trying to protect her from something. I mean, maybe he was, but it's just like, it was situations he got her in what he'd protect her from. And then the crazy thing about it, it's not that her stalker is stalking her or whatever. It's the fact that she likes it. She wants him to stalk her.
Guys, I'm totally not gonna lie, my audio cut out, so I'm just gonna let y'all know what I was saying. But I was saying there were several instances where she had the opportunity to like give him up or try to report him, and she didn't.
What was I saying? I was saying, oh, she called the police like a few times, but she never would like the police would come out, but because he worked for like this government agency where he ran, it was like the police files would go missing, or he'll do this and he'll do that. Not only all this, he was breaking in her house, picking the lock, walking right in her closet, everywhere, just watching her sleep, as I said, scaring her, all this and all that. Just the list goes on. And multiple times he forced her into things like with him, and it's just like, how do y'all like this? How do y'all like this? Like, I was losing my sanity reading this, because where's the romance? It's not romantic what he's doing. And his obsession with her wasn't even like he had a reason to, because his whole job is basically to stop sex trafficking, but specifically kids. And it was just like, how could that be your job, but you're okay with stalking her just because you like her? Literally, he pulled up to her book signing, I think, or like a conference to promote her new book or something, and he was just there and he was like,
I see her, and all of a sudden my senses are heightened. I see her and I'm like, she's mine. I must put my claws on her.
That's basically what he said. He didn't say that directly, but that's basically what he said. He basically just was like, you, and then he started stalking her. No other explanation. And it wasn't even like it was a factor what led to him stalking her, or what even got him to start basically the business to stop the sex trafficking of kids. He was like, well, just because I can. He was like, he even said it. He was like,
I never had anything wrong with my parents. They just ended up dying, but
he basically said he had no reason to do anything he did, but he just decided to. And I'm just like, you're so dull. Like, not that you're so dull. And then the main girl, she got on my nerves too. Very bad. She had a best friend. I felt like she was constantly putting her in danger, even by her dumb decision making. And she'll say that that's not my intention, but it's what you're doing. There was multiple instances where she would just be so clueless or act like she's clueless when she knows what she's doing. Like, there was one instance where she invited this guy over to her house knowing she had a stalker and knowing the stalker is possessive. So the guy pulled up to her house. She basically is just like trying to make the stalker jealous, and that's when I knew she was crazy. Like, this was 17% through the book, and she literally got that man's hands cut off. I don't know. In my review, I even called Zeta hypocrite, because it's like, how could you say that you want to stop sex trafficking and you want to get rid of all these crazy people in the world when you're one of them? You're stalking her for no reason. But the reason I didn't drop this book, because I know y'all are saying like I have a lot of negative to say about it, and which I do, yeah. But the reason I didn't drop it is because they had this whole plot line with her grandmother. Her great-grandmother? Yeah. Her great-grandmother had a stalker too. And I was like, how the heck does that correlate? Like, that's weird that her great-grandmother had a stalker and she had a stalker. So it's like, what's this about? Yeah, it wasn't worth it. I shouldn't have continued reading it just because of that. Because the reason was just like, writing just was also like immature. And it's supposed to be such a mature book, but she can't stay on one topic. Like, I don't know. In one chapter, we'll go from something and then we'll switch to something completely different. And it's just like, or even the girl will come to a conclusion and then the next chapter she loses all her resolve and it's like she's on something different. I'm like, I was just dragging myself through this book because it was like 500 pages, I'd say, again. And I can't do that again. There's a second book too. I think it's called Hunting Adeline. Be shaking my head, not reading it. It's no way I'm reading it. People say it's a lot heavier than this book. The trigger warnings for that book goes crazy, and I'm just not doing that. I'm not putting myself through that, because even through this book, if you want to check it out, you gotta check out the trigger warnings because it's definitely dark. Yeah, and there was like little aspects of it what really bothered me, because it's not sweet, it's not cute. And I'm not even talking about Zeta anymore. I'm talking about like his job with him stopping the kids from getting sex trafficked. Like, sometimes they'll go and it will be a whole scene with that, and it's just like, no, it's not. But I really didn't like his POV, like, specifically. I could have did without it, to be honest, because he's just a possessive white man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not cute though. Let's be honest, it's not cute. But if you like this book, once again, that's to you. I'm not shaming you for what you like. Not at all. It's just, I don't like it. But yeah, that's all. If you watched the video all the way through, I love you. Thank you for watching. I'm probably gonna do more videos talking about the books what I've read this year, because I've read 50 so far. And we're only in April, but that's basically because of manga. So yeah, that's all. I hope y'all have I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and that's all. Bye.